of Chronicles. It's me, Aniekeme. I'm on my way to see Laolu Senbanjo. You might know him from Beyonce's music video for Lemonade. He did the body art for Sorry, the video, and he's done a lot of work with his art with Nike. He's been featured on all these really cool publications. He's just doing a really good job. But what some people don't know is he was a lawyer before he became an artist, and to me he exemplifies the type of story that I want to be sharing on, you know, this channel. I'm here with Laolu. And we're shooting for the Come Up Chronicles,
right.
episode 1. When did you find your interest in art?
Oh, a long time. Since I was a teenager, art classes in secondary school, or high school here.
Yeah, we do.
I've always like really love art, but you know how it is, Nigerian parents like, oh, it's what you want to do with your life, you know. So pretty much it was either law or nothing for me. So.
So you became a lawyer.
Yeah.
You are a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer,
you know.
Yeah.
So
called to the Nigerian bar.
That's really cool. I think that's something a lot of people who know of you don't know.
Yeah. I'm a solicitor of the Federal Republic
of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Look at that. Multi-talented. So how did you make the leap? Because you don't practice law right now. So how did you make the leap from that to what you're doing now?
I used to practice. I worked with the Human Rights Commission in Nigeria for a little bit. I also worked at a couple of places. I worked at NA24. I worked at Diamond Bank for a little bit. But then, you know, everything was like in the making. Like all the time I was doing that, I was doing art as well. So there was never really a point where I quit art. But then, you know, it was not like on the front like burner. But it got to a point I couldn't combine both anymore. It was pretty much, I wasn't functioning properly.
Right.
And I took on music too. And I started producing, going to studio to make beats and stuff like that.
And you said you play the guitar too, because that's how we met.
Yeah, I did guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much my life is art. Like I make a lot of things. I also do some portrait. I also write like songs and
that's so cool.
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So when did you realize that you had to make a choice between law and art, and how did you decide to pick?
It was 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, in 2012 I had the opportunity to travel to Germany for an art exhibition. I also went to South Africa for an art exhibition, and that was it for me. You know, it was pretty much like an eye opener to see that actually, you know, I could do this. You know, like I could. I met a lot of people. Some of them are still in my life right now. People who made me see, who made me believe in myself. But I didn't think I could, do this. And I think every artist needs that kind of like structure. You need a backbone. You need someone who's going to tell you that, well, when you have this, you can do this. You know, and pretty much that was an important part of my decision. So I made up my mind. I was like, if I'm going to do this, you know, either I feel like this, I succeed. This is two things.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, right now I understand what failure really means. There's no failure is not an end of itself. It's like progress. You know, when you fail and you fail and you fail, and then you succeed. All of a sudden, people don't even remember you ever.
That you failed. That's so true.
Yeah, they're like, like as a Nigerian, you know, when you're young, people tell you, oh, you're doing this, you're going to succeed. Then you go this way, you're going to fail. You know, there's that two ways. No, it's the same road.
Yeah.
You know, you just meet your obstacles and you turn them around for yourself. It's life. It's your decisions, you know, basically. If you want to do this, then you do it. If you want to be an artist, then just do it. Don't complain.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then how, because when you start off doing art, it's not like you start and then the millions start rolling. Like, no. It doesn't, everyone knows the phrase, like the struggling artist. It's not easy to make a living off of art. So how are you able to do that? Especially, I know you moved to New York. Like, New York is a very expensive city.
Yeah, it is.
So how are you able to live off of your art?
Hustle. Grind. Understanding the fact that you're an artist. Once you're an artist, in Nigeria or anywhere, you understand you're also a businessman, like an entrepreneur, and you have to be able to leverage on that, because the thing is, there's the business side and there's also the art side. You know, you need to understand the generation you're in. Sometimes, you know, we're in a generation of everybody wants to see themselves in your art. People love to buy art, don't get me wrong, there are people who will buy art, galleries to show your art. But then when you're talking of business, something to keep you like day-to-day, move and everything, sometimes you just have to think of business. You know, what do people want? People who will not buy your art, who don't have like 20,000 to spend on a piece or 30,000 to spend on a piece. They'll have like 500 to spend on a custom shoe. Yeah. 1,000 to spend on a custom shoe. Some will do that, you know, and you know, they're like, oh my God, it's mine. They show everybody because they have themselves on those shoes, and you know, it's pretty much like, I pick up a shoe here. This is a custom shoe, for example, and I tell you a story behind it and the different symbols and what they mean in my culture and tradition.
It gives it more depth, more meaning.
And then I just sign your name right there.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes yours.
Yeah.
And you feel it's a piece of art. It's like a walking piece of art. So art should not be limited to a museum or to a gallery space. Basically, you own this art. You show it off. It's yours. But then this is like my story on you, basically. So pretty much it's art in mobile form.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I had to understand that is a key. And then when I started doing on human bodies, pretty much just went out of took a life.
It took a life of its own.
Yeah, it took a life of its own.
People usually have one thing that like catapults them into the mainstream, the limelight. What would you say was the difference in your art and how you lived and what you did day to day then? Like this is prior to Beyonce versus now.
The only thing is the volumes of interviews have I mean, I'm right in front of you right now. You're asking me about Beyonce. This is what everybody asks me. Like after Beyonce, everybody's like, so how did you get to meet Beyonce? So how did she find you? How did you do that? You know, everybody wants to know how it was working with Beyonce. Like, it's crazy. People have asked me to sell them, you know, the marker, the paints, the paints I use on set. You know, right now they're being stored in a very safe place, being insured, because I know something. Because it's crazy. People have asked me a lot of things, and right now I'm thinking differently about, you know, that's also business. You know, who knows? In 5 years, like, oh, lemonade, you know, blah blah blah. This is what we made from it, you know, things like that. And to be honest with you, Lemonade, brought me in front of a lot of people, like the audiences, like who saw like billions of people worldwide. In like an hour, it dropped. Lemonade dropped HBO. Like, Instagram's flooded, website flooded. Who's this guy? Everybody was writing about Nigerian artists, which was so cool because nobody ever called me Nigerian artist for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, people don't like. I'm an artist in New York, in Brooklyn. But the tag just came out, of course. Nigeria claimed me wholeheartedly.
Really quickly.
Like, yes, it's Nigerian, it's our own. And you know, so, I mean, I'm Nigerian, so I'm happy to be able to be, you know, it's a positive thing for people. And also for young people also who want to, you know, do this. But, you know, I've been told they can't.
Yeah.
You know, which for me is like, the reason why we do this is for people. To be able to point back at the time, like, oh, Laolu did that, and because Laolu did that, I also can do it, because, you know, it's all about inspiring somebody to do something they thought they wouldn't do. Also, Lupita, good friend, she's so, like, she inspires me, and she thinks I'm an inspiration. I'm like, you know,
it's funny how that works.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, and I'm just honored, you know, sometimes to be able to focus on something and then get recognition for it, and at the same time, I don't get lost in it. Like, I look around me,
don't get lost in the sauce.
You know, who else, you know, is, what did you say?
I said don't get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I didn't get lost. And then just look around you, like I see a lot of people send me messages, like emails every day, like, because of you, I did not give up. Things like that make me want to cry. People are moved. There's something about, like, a success story. There's nothing more inspiring about hearing somebody do something, and then you say to yourself that, I think I can. That is, for me, that is everything. That means more to me than wealth. Because that's what I needed at some point.
But, well, you were lucky that you weren't consumed by fear, or you were just able to really focus on your art. But there's so many young people who, this might be something that they want to do, but they're either afraid or they really, really don't have the support at all to be able to do it. What would you say to them?
One thing I would say is, focus on your craft. Said this before. What is done in the dark soon comes to light. It's only a matter of time.